Hello everyone, my name is Isa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a grocery haul. I just got all my groceries and they're laid out in front of me, and I thought I would do this because I asked you guys to tell me what you want to see on my Instagram, and I got a few requests to do a grocery haul, so I thought I would show that. These are most of my staples. Sometimes I'm in the mood for something else and I'll add that to my cart. I get all my groceries through Whole Foods on Amazon Prime. So they get delivered to my door because it's just easier since I live in the city. I don't have to like cart it around, and delivery's free, so it just makes sense. So I'll just show you guys what I got, and then I'm also gonna get into a little bit about my weight loss story because I feel like that's something interesting for you guys to hear about, and how I lost weight and have been keeping it off and all that stuff. So I'm gonna get into the groceries now and then we'll talk about everything else after. So first things first, I have some cucumbers. I like to make a Greek style salad sometimes, so I always get cucumbers. I love kale, so I have some dino kale. I got some romaine for the salad, some Roma tomatoes to chop up in salads, some cilantro. This is my favorite ever. I love cilantro. Lemons, always. I love lemon. One bell pepper. I cook for myself and I try to make sure I eat everything so it doesn't go bad, so I only get like one bell pepper at a time because I find that if I get more they go bad because I don't eat them fast enough. Then I got some avocado, bananas that are not ripe yet, and blueberries. I usually get more fruit, but since I'm living in New York, I feel like the mangoes, I love mango, that's my favorite fruit, they're not as good as I get them in Miami, so I just don't even bother trying to like find a good mango. Sometimes I'll go to a little grocery store near me and pick up some fruit if I'm really in the mood, like in the morning, but this is usually what I have. I always have blackberries because I love blackberries, and bananas. And then I have some frozen white rice because it's just easier for me this way, and you can kind of just like scoop it out and microwave it, and that's it. I have avocado oil spray for when I'm cooking. I have some vegan cheese in case I'm really in the mood for something cheesy. I have some corn tortillas. These are just corn. That's the only ingredient in them. I have some hummus. This is my favorite hummus because it's really clean. It's the Abraham's hummus. And it has like barely any ingredients. Those are the ingredients right there. And then I have Hillary's black rice burgers. These are my favorite veggie burgers. They're so good. I just sear them in the pan and then put them in a wrap or over a salad. This is my favorite salsa. It's the Green Mountain Gringo mild salsa, and I have this a lot. I put it on everything, honestly. And then I have pasta. This is a pasta that I usually get from Whole Foods. Sometimes I get a different brand, but I haven't been seeing it at Whole Foods lately, so this one's a really good alternative. It has a lot of protein, which is nice. And then I have my multi-seed rice bread. I didn't just get this now, as you can tell, because they didn't have it on the Amazon Prime Whole Foods thing, but I had leftovers, so I didn't need it anyway. So this is the Food for Life multi-seed rice bread. And then I have two types of chips that I love. I get the plantain chips from, what's the brand called? Banana. And then I usually get the sea salt flavor, but they only had this one, so I'm excited to try this. And then I just got the sea salt Siete grain-free tortilla chips. And then I decided to try a dressing. This is from Chosen Foods. It's the orange balsamic dressing. And honestly, I don't know if this is gonna be good, but I've just been in the mood for salads and I wanted to find a good dressing. So that is everything. And as you can probably tell, I don't have like any meat or dairy. I try to stick to eating plant-based at home just because it's easier for me, but when I go out and like I'm eating dinner with my friends or something, I usually will end up eating fish or something like that. I'm not strictly vegan by any means. Sometimes I'll have like some dairy and some animal products, but I like to be vegan in my house because I feel like it just makes me feel really good. So it's kind of like a treat for me if I ever feel like I really want something not vegan and not plant-based. Oh, and also I usually have black beans and chickpeas in here, but I thought I had some, so I didn't order any, and I don't actually have any, so I need to get those. But I get the Eden no salt added black beans and garbanzo beans. So I'm gonna try not to make this part of the video too long, but I've kind of had a very long weight loss journey, I guess you could say. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because basically I was overweight probably my whole life. I don't remember a time that I was like the thin girl. I was always kind of short, and like growing up throughout elementary and middle school, and I was always on the heavier side. I'll insert pictures throughout the video so you can like see and like understand, but I was never insecure about it that much, really. I mean, I knew that I was heavier than a lot of the girls that I was friends with and stuff, but I was always confident and I thought I was cute, so it didn't really bother me. But somewhere in the back of me, I kind of always felt like I wasn't really myself. Like, I don't know, like, not that like being thin is what's important in life, but I kind of just wanted to be healthy and just feel even better in my body. I kind of feel like even though I didn't let my insecurities show, subconsciously I was a little insecure about it because it was just something that I was thinking about, if that makes sense. I don't know, I just really loved food growing up. I had a very adult palate and appetite, so I was always like eating whatever my parents were eating, probably eating just as much as them and all that stuff. So I was always a little bit overweight. And then in high school, I kind of stayed the same freshman year, and then summer before sophomore year, one of my friends who went to a different school, she went vegan. Her name's Nicole. She actually has a YouTube channel too, which I'll link below. But anyways, she went vegan and she told me how great it was, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. So the next day I went vegan, and in my head it was basically because going vegan will make me skinny. So I was vegan for 6 months, and well, I was vegan for longer, but in the first 6 months of being vegan, I was eating like the processed chicken nuggets, like all of the vegan alternatives. As I was doing that, I kind of was like, oh, I feel like I'm losing weight. Like, I feel like my clothes are fitting differently, I look different. But I think it was just my body composition changing a little bit because I wasn't eating meat or dairy. And I got on the scale after 6 months and I was like, my weight hasn't changed. And it was really discouraging. So after that point, I kind of started eating really, really clean. So I would eat like mostly salads. And throughout the summer before junior year, I honestly think that, not that I had an eating disorder or anything, but I feel like I wasn't eating enough to be healthy, and I lost a lot of weight and I got really, really thin, and I felt good in my body, but I think I kind of didn't realize how thin that I really was, and I just was not eating enough. Like during that summer, I would eat one big salad, but it was only vegetables. There would be like nothing very sustainable in there, like no beans, no rice, sometimes avocado, and like not any dressing, which is where all the calories are. And I would eat 2 salads a day and some fruit, and that's all I'd have, which is not healthy at all. And I didn't really realize that it wasn't healthy until later. And then around my birthday time in junior year, we went to New York for my birthday, my family and I, and I just started eating everything because in New York, obviously the food's amazing, and I wanted to go to By Chloe because it's vegan, and it had recently opened that year. So I went there, and like I feel like that trip was kind of like the beginning of me gaining the weight back. So I was just eating a lot, and I kind of went back to Miami and I was just eating probably how I should have been eating, maybe a little bit more. So I kind of gained back the weight junior and senior year, and by the end of senior year I was kind of, I don't think I ever got as heavy as I was at the beginning of high school, but I was a lot heavier and I was kind of discouraged. But I didn't really let it get to me because I realized like I know how to lose weight, I can do it. And yeah, so I basically had gained some weight again, and at this point I was still vegan. I was vegan for 3 years, and then the summer before my freshman year of college, I started eating fish, and I honestly felt like that really helped me. I don't know why, but I felt myself just being more comfortable around food and not letting it, like not feeling like I had to eat everything in sight, that kind of thing, because I really had restricted myself so much before. but I kind of started eating normally again, like not as much as I was and not as little as I was before. And I kind of felt like being a little bit more comfortable in my body. I felt like I looked like I had lost weight. I don't know if I had. I wasn't really weighing myself. And then freshman year came along and I started eating chicken because it was just so much easier to have like a piece of grilled chicken instead of eating all like the pasta with the oils and all that stuff that I would be having, because I was still vegan kind of with fish my freshman year. And then at the end of my freshman year, I felt like I had gained weight, probably the freshman 15 if I'm being honest, because New York has so much food, and even though you're walking around a lot, it's still New York, and like it was my first year here, so I kind of was just eating a ton of stuff, whatever, and had gained some weight back. So at the end of freshman year, I decided to join Equinox, and I got a membership, and they weighed me, and it was so much more than I thought it was going to be, and I was like really discouraged about it. But I had a trainer for the first month that I was at Equinox, and I lost 3 pounds and gained a lot of muscle, and I felt good about myself. And then, sorry if you can hear the sirens. And then that summer when I went back to Miami, I kind of was just eating bad again and not really working out as much as I should be. And I don't know, I just kind of like, it was always like a push and pull with me and my weight, because I wanted to feel thin and feel confident in myself, and I was always like in the back of my head like discouraged about like how I looked. I didn't look and feel the way that I wanted to look and feel. So at the end of the summer, before I went back to New York, I downloaded MyFitnessPal and I started tracking my calories. And I think there's a kind of a taboo or like a negative thought that people get in their heads when you think about counting calories, but realistically the only way to lose weight and like make it happen is to eat in a caloric deficit or burn more calories than you're consuming. So I started tracking my calories, and I started with like 1400 calories, and I found myself feeling like I was really satisfied and full eating that amount of calories, or even a little tiny bit less, and I felt really good about that, and the weight started falling off, and I kind of just kept up the caloric deficit throughout my entire sophomore year of college. And I just kept doing that, and I never felt like I was restricting myself, and I never did restrict myself. Like if I wanted to eat something that wasn't super healthy, I would, and I wouldn't be mad at myself if I went over my calories. But I was always making sure that I was walking everywhere, and that I was eating healthy, and that I don't know, that I was in my deficit, but I didn't need to be every single day, but most days, yes. Because I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to feel good about myself. So at the end of sophomore year, which was this past year, I was back to where I wanted to be, and I felt really, really good. And I've just been kind of eating healthy and working out whenever I feel like it, and it's kind of been the same since then. I think I've maintained my weight since I lost it, and that's basically what I did. All of sophomore year though, when I was tracking my calories, I was eating meat sometimes and dairy. I would make myself food meals with meat and dairy in them, but this past summer I kind of was like over it, and I wanted to eat more plant-based and focus more on the nutrients than on like actual weight loss, because I had to maintain my weight now. So yeah, I don't know if any of that made sense, and I feel like it was kind of long, but that's basically it. I kind of struggled a lot in high school with my weight, and then I kind of came to the realization that like it just has to click. Like it clicked for me, and I was like, this is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. And I did it the healthy way the second time around, and I'm proud of myself. And I honestly eat a lot. I just had red Thai curry with white rice, and it was delicious. But I just make sure my choices are healthy and I'm not overeating, and yeah. So that's that. But now I feel really confident in myself, and I care a lot about my health and how I feel in my body. So that's kind of what keeps me eating healthy and exercising and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope that was like easy to understand. I don't even know. I can't even remember anything I said, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you guys have been through something similar, let me know. And please subscribe and like and comment on this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.